you don't have enough money for coaching or training. Why do you need it in the ATM business? That's what we're going to talk about in this video here. Hey there, my name is Carey Buck. I've been an independent ATM business owner since 2009. I've been an ATM business mentor since 2011. That's where I teach people just like you how to start and grow your own profitable ATM business that'll provide you with consistent monthly passive income and big chunks of cash in small time frames. Why do you want consistent passive income and big chunks of cash in small time frames? Well, it's going to be different for everybody. A lot of folks want to quit their 9-to-5 jobs. Some folks want to supplement their retirement, or this is their retirement. There are folks that want to put less amounts of money to make a decent return instead of putting a ton of money to make decent returns, right? Then there's people that want to create generational wealth, legacy wealth. You know what I mean? And then there's something that I didn't even mention because it's personal to somebody. It's, somebody else, right? That's why you want consistent passive income and big chunks of cash in small time frames. All right. So my name is Carey Buck, and what I need you to do right this second is give me a thumbs up and click that ATM in that corner, or maybe it's in that corner. I don't know where this little ATM is right now, but click it. All right, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell notification, select always, so every time I post a video, you're first to know about it. All right, if you want me to help you start an ATM business, I invite you to go to the link below, click the link below, atmtrainingvideo.com, enter your email address, watch that training video, and book a call with my team. They'll figure out if we're fit to work together, okay? And I'd be more than happy to help you. All right, so people sometimes will say, hey, I don't have any money to start an ATM business, and I definitely don't have any money for training, right? Or they might say, well, I got money, like I got 10 grand, but I can't get your training because then I won't have enough money for my ATMs and the cash inside it, which you would. But I can't buy the number of ATMs that I want to buy if I get your training, right? All these things. Let me put this up here. Hold on. I just got an idea. I'm too lazy to go downstairs and get a new clean thing, so I'm just using the existing ones. So let's say you got 10 grand. And this is going to apply even if you don't have 10 grand, just so you know. But let's say you got 10 grand. And you're like, oh my God, Carey, if I get your training, I can't have as many ATMs as I would if I didn't get your training. Right? Which is fair. If you're just thinking about this 10 grand that you got in your bank account. Right? So let's just talk about the 10 grand in your bank account. The fact that you think that this is the only money you have is a huge, huge problem for you. And if you have this in your bank account, 0, the fact that you think that is stopping you from starting an ATM business and getting training, that's a huge, huge problem for you. It's up here, right? It's not in your bank account. It's not in your pocket. It's up here that you think this should stop you. I started with that in my bank account, okay? So it's you up here thinking you can't start. But anyways, let's go back to this. You got 10 grand in your bank account, and you're like, oh my gosh, Carey, I won't have the number of ATMs that I could have if I got training and coaching. All right? Let me draw a little picture for you. All right? So I told you guys about, in one of these videos, about how I asked my wife for a divorce the day after Christmas, right? If you didn't watch that video, we're still married. We're working through things, right? But here's what happened. So this is the ocean. This is water, right? And I'm gonna explain this to you right now with this scenario. So this is an iceberg. I know it's not the best drawing, but let me put iceberg. It's an iceberg, right? But if you're right here in your little boat, right? And you're looking, all you see is the tip of the iceberg, right? You see the tip of the iceberg, right? This part right here, which is right up, which was up front, like very visible, above the surface, that's why I asked for a divorce for my wife. You're like, what? I'm not going to get into specifics, but it's what I saw right here is, the tip of the iceberg. What I saw on the surface is why I asked for a divorce, okay? Then I got to thinking, and I realized that there was a lot of lower level shit down here, stuff below the surface, right? This isn't an iceberg. If all you see is this and you don't see how big or wide this is, this thing can sink a ship, right? Right? So below the surface is this huge, huge iceberg, right? It's way bigger than that little tip, but it's below the surface. It's not as visible as this, right? And if we're not really looking for it, it's not visible at all. For me, in our marriage, there was something going on below the surface for a little bit. And, I've been saying, hey, blah, blah, blah. And, no big deal. Yeah, it's all right, all good, blah, 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 whatever. But something was there, right? But I asked for a divorce not based on this right here, above the surface. Not really logically thinking about this below the surface stuff, okay? That could be causing this. This is the important part. This below the surface shit that you don't really see, you don't really pay attention to that often, can cause ruckus. And this ruckus is the stuff that we see and we make decisions on. Right? By the way, just so you know, I have no idea if our marriage is going to work or not. I don't know what the future holds, but we're going to try. So I just want to put that out there, right? What does this have to do with the ATM business, Carey? This is why you need training. This is why you need coaching, right? Because when you get into the ATM business, you see all this above surface shit. You're like, oh my God, Carey, ATM business is freaking easy. What do I need a coach for? What do I need training for? I buy an ATM. I find a place to put it. I put it in there and I make money, right? That's all this above the surface shit that you see, right? All of it. You don't realize or pay attention to all this shit down here that's below the surface that you have no idea about. Why do you have no idea about it? Because you've never been in the ATM business. But you think, because you can see this shit up here, you think because you watch 153 YouTube videos on the ATM business that you got it all figured out. The ATM business, every business, is easy on the surface. We as humans are flawed. We fuck everything up because of what's right in here. And we need help right in here. That's why you get a coach. That's why you get training, right? You get a coaching and training to save time, right? And why do I say save time? Because when you start fucking stuff up and stuff in here, you start getting in your own way, and all this below shit stops you, you stop. You don't know what to do. You screw up. You could lose money. You could lose your business. There's a ton of things that could happen, right? A ton of things that could happen below the surface. Below the surface is where ships sink. You don't want to be a ship that sinks. You don't want to be so blind to the fact that there's something under here because you feel really secure that you can see this stuff up here. Right? That's why you get less ATMs in the beginning. Honestly, you don't really have to. You just need to get over the fact that this money that's in your bank account does not define all the money that you can have and use. Right? That's another mind thing, right? Maybe I'll do a video on that, right? But if you just want to talk about this money, yeah, that's why you start with less ATMs in the beginning. So you can have training, so you can have support, so you can have a coach that knows what you're going to do. Because I've been doing it since 2011. I know how people are. I know how they react. I know what they do, why they do it. Well, not always. I don't always know why they do it. But I know how to reel you back in and get you thinking properly and get you on the right path, right? I'll save you time. I will save you money, but that's not the most important, right? The time is the most important, right? You need your time back. But that's why if you have enough money, even if this is, I'm going to make it up. Let's say it's $100,000. Let's say you got $100,000. You're like, but Carey, if I get your coaching, I won't be able to buy the number of ATMs. So, yes, but here's the thing. I started with no money. None. I just was with it enough to realize that I had resources in this world that I can use to start this business, right? And I ended up getting screwed in the beginning. You wanna know how much money it cost me in the beginning? I don't remember the exact figure now anymore, thankfully, but I'm gonna use red, right? It was about $30,000. It was. I know it was more than that. I know it was more than 30 grand that it cost me because I didn't know what I was doing. And here's the thing: I searched out somebody to help me start my ATM business. I partnered with them to have them teach me the ATM business. I wasn't being stupid, right? I wasn't being naive. I wasn't like, hey, I can do this. This is simple. I can figure it out. I wasn't being like that. I went and searched for help. I lost over $30,000 to a partner that was teaching me the business. Guys, this is why you want to learn this business. You want to have an ongoing coach and mentor that can help you through tough times because, yeah, on the surface, ATM business is easy, but it ain't going to always go the way you want it to go. Things are going to happen. Business owners are going to tell you no. Banks are going to tell you no. You're going to think the sky is falling. You know what I mean? That's why you need somebody who's been there, done that before. Yes, you will have less ATMs in the beginning. But overall, you'll end up probably having more ATMs and more income, right? Instead of a couple students of mine, trying to do the business by themselves. One student, her and her husband had their ATM in a garage for 2 years. 2 years, because they tried to do the business on themselves, right? Another student, he tried to do the business by himself. Even, got his own name and everything. Everybody, you think you're good when you get your own business name, right? Got his own business name and everything. Got nowhere, and his wife was disappointed in him, right? Became a student, he placed his first ATM. His wife, he told me on a last coaching call that I did, he told me how proud his wife was of him. That touched my heart so much because I know what he went through before. So yeah, you're gonna not have that many ATMs up front because you're gonna learn how to do things properly. You're gonna have things set up for when things don't go well, you have a plan, i.e. a mentor, a coach, right? And then because of all that, you're gonna end up growing faster anyway and bigger anyway, right? So that's gonna be irrelevant. The beginning, the first day you don't have 2 ATMs or 3 ATMs. You get what I'm saying? I hope this makes sense. I know this was a really crazy way to describe it, but boy, that looks like a mess on it. But it's true. This is why you want coaching. This is why you want training. The reality is anybody can teach you the ATM business, right? Anybody can teach you, oh yeah, you want to buy an ATM from this dude, and then you want to buy a modem from this dude, and then you want to go talk to this business owner and say this. Anybody can teach you that. You need somebody that's going to help you through the mind blocks. You're going to need somebody that's going to help you through you getting in your own freaking way and not doing anything, right? Because I lay everything out for you to do. But some of you still won't do it. You need somebody to help you through that. That is why you need a coach and a mentor to help you through that, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Because that up here, what's in between here, that stops you. That stops your progress. That stops your momentum. That brings up all kinds of different negative feelings in you. And when you got all these negative feelings in you about this business, you take no action. And when you take no action, you got no passive income and you got no big chunks of cash in small time frames. And that's not why you're watching videos about the ATM business. That's not why you're dreaming about getting an ATM business, right? You got no passive income, you got no big chunks of cash. You got to keep working at the job. You got to keep figuring out how you're going to retire, you know, and what are you going to do if you don't have enough money at retirement? You know what I'm saying? You got to keep figuring out, oh, how am I going to create wealth? How am I going to have, you know, like legacy wealth? Well, you might have to be like, come to the conclusion that you might not. And I know you don't want that. I know you don't want that. So please just get over the fact that you'll be starting with less ATMs if you get coaching and training, right? Of course you'll be starting with less ATMs because you pay for coaching and training. Common sense, but you're doing it to make yourself grow faster and better and to have support when you need it, because you will need it, okay? Does that make sense? I hope it does. If you got any questions, just post them below. Ideas for future videos, post them below. And again, if you'd like me to help you start your own ATM business, then I invite you to go to atmtrainingvideo.com. Better yet, just click the link in the description, enter your email, watch that training video, and then book a call with my team. Together they'll figure out if you and I will be a fit to work together. All right, I'll talk to you soon. You have a great day, and may you live happily off of passive income. Hey, Carey Buck here. I hope you enjoyed that last video. If you got any questions or comments or even ideas for future videos, just post that below, okay? And do me a big favor. If you have not done so already, give me some thumbs up, some likes for this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification, select always